morning, folks. This is Darth Ravage here. So I'm coming to you today with another CMD store pickup. Last week I caught both Cybertron Hotshot and Nucleus in from CMD store. Got in both, and now I'm bringing you Hotshot today. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Let's turn the camera around and take a closer look at Hotshot's box. And here is the box for Cybertron Hotshot. Love this car mode pick here. Love the art on the side. It looks better than the animation. Like to see this get animated. Anyway, back of the box you got a Cybertronian Universe Hotshot. 17 steps from robot to car mode and back again. This is supposed to activate features on the old toys, but on this one you can just fake open the foils, and I'm surprised they didn't do that. They got them open up on that shot there, and no other things. 40 years. Right here on the bottom of the box, pause and scan there to help find it in the store. Hopefully you'll be able to start seeing these come up pretty soon and quick. This was like again from CMD store, and like a kid at the candy store, I can't wait to open it up and get the Hotshot or the Transformer out of the box. And I'm going to start in the car mode because that's what we see first off on the box when we first see him. And this car mode absolutely sings to me. It looks really, really good, despite that there's that whole aft devoid of any paint thing and some hollowness there. Not going to gripe too much on that. It actually rolls really, really good. It has places for the gun, and it's got other ports there. I want to say that the Minicons, they were still around, but they were not as prominent as the keys were, the activating features for the different sub-weapons and whatnot. I could have swore even the guns had like a slot to do that, but there is no slot there. And it's this clear orange stuff. This is actually clear orange painted red, and I just worry about the stuff cracking and breaking over time. Is that all the other negative? And those windows. And if I didn't turn the head around in the transformation process, you could clearly see his face is high right there in the windows. I thought this was something that was going to be phasing out, and they were going to, you know, color them in or whatever, and make it solid plastic throughout. But oh well. And the other thing, I think with these beautiful detailed rims, that a little bit of silver would have went a long way on these rims too, but it's probably not what it was in the show. And whenever you did insert the key, it did like pop this stuff out, and you have like a spoiler now. He's like a hot rod, or you can just make him a sleek Cybertronian looking, or it's not Cybertronian because they had the Speed Planet back then. I didn't know that much about that. But with that said, that's about all I know about this car mode, and I hope it pleases a lot of the folks that grew up with this line and whatnot, because I was more into alternators and didn't really like the gimmickry at this point whenever this was released. The alternators kind of sung my praises because it was like G1 characters getting real world vehicles, and that was more appealing than the Cybertron stuff. The Micron trilogy is not one of my favorites anyway. Now all that said and done, let's get them converted in robot mode. Before we go to those robot modes, I wanted to show a comparison with the new Cybertron Hotshot with his Cybertron Defense mode from the Generation Select line a couple years ago. It's based off the Hound mold, but I think this is more like it's a downgrade. But I figured out a way to make him more Hotshot by putting that little guy right there up underneath there and give him a thruster. And I think that just absolutely sings of a Cybertron Defense Hotshot. I've seen some upgrade kits, and I need to get those and utilize those to where we got these ports here and get it all decked out if they don't make another one. So I mean, so we got Cybertron and his upgrade to Cybertron Defense. And now to get the robot mode comparisons next. And while we're doing comparisons, here they are in robot mode. There is Cybertron Hotshot at the beginning of the show. This is actually from the Siege mold. This is the Cybertron Defense Hotshot in the Siege offering. I think it's almost high time that we get an upgraded version, because it looks like he took a downgrade to this, but I actually like this better, and I like this. And we're just going to take a quick spin around the block, let you see the profiles from the back side, the hollowness that comes with the Hound mold, and backside of Hotshot's new mold there. And there's that. So now let's get him in on the turntable by himself for the robot mode to finish up. And here's Hotshot in his robot mode. I'll take a quick look at the side there. In the back, you got some weapon storage and the place where the Cyberplanet key resides. I'm afraid to take the thing out. I'm afraid I might lose that. It's smaller than a dime. It's pretty small. The plastic build is pretty good on this all around. It's just these things didn't have a lot of articulation back in the day, and they retained every bit of that kind of into the articulation here. You know, it's supposed to be what sings, and you get all the way up like this. I'm not sure if you could do that with the old one. You get a little bit knocking your head stuff there going on. I'm worried about the paint getting knocked off on that over time. But that joint, you got all the way around right there. Well, if it just didn't, yeah, it got caught up in there, but it's okay. So it still goes all the way around. You got that much elbow, and then you got a wrist rotation, but you have to actually take the car door off, which is a nice thing that you can do if you desire. And I can't seem to get it to go off. You can pop that off, and then you can get all the way around there at the wrist. And I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes again. Whew. Boy, the heat has brought them out, and it's on like Donkey Kong now, man. I hope you guys are having a good Friday night wherever you are. So getting and working on down on this articulation here onto the waist, you got all the way around, which is nice. That I know that those couldn't used to do that because of the gimmickry would tie into that and cause like a punching feature or a kick feature or something goofy like that. And I want to say it like launch projectiles whenever you did the chip inside like the weapons. And speaking of weapons, Hotshot can totally rock his pew pew that way. It's got a blast effect tip there, so if you have blast effects you can do that and get your blooshes or whatever you want to call it. And you can also configure on the side of the arm like this. Options are good. To each his own. Now he kind of looks a little bit like Hotshot Megatron. It's really pretty cool, and I love that they did update that. Of course, they managed to squeeze in those off of waffles where they can, but I guess that's just a fact, and they just resist change, I guess, and trying to make it more whole or complete. They're trying to Cyberverse even down the Armada universe, not Armada, Cybertron universe stuff. All that said and done, I don't got a lot more to say because I don't know a whole lot more about Hotshot, and then the dogs are going to bark at everything. Give me just a second. As I was saying, Cybertron's not my forte. Micron trilogy is really not my forte, but I'm glad that we're getting updated figures, but this one I feel like has been like one of the weakest so far. And I really don't have a lot more to say about this guy. I really wanted to like this a lot. I was looking forward to it, and I saw it up on CMD Store. That's where you can get this, I believe, still. And you grab him and Nucleus, and I don't think Cyburn came in yet, but that was one I want to get a hold of, even though it's that Cyberverse Shadow Striker. I can't even remember that name. It's been a long week, guys. But anyway, I was looking more forward to getting a hold of that Cyburn, even though it's a weak mold too. But that's about gonna do it for this guy right here. Thanks again for watching my channel, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, all the stuff down below. Thanks again for watching. Have an excellent weekend out there. Be safe. Until all are one, guys.